Thanks for tuning in this hour. I'm Amanda Brilhanti. We have some breaking news this evening where the Pentagon confirms the commander of Iranian-backed terror group Quds Force is dead. And a prominent economist says America's GDP is recovering from COVID-19 lockdowns, but he warns political tensions may hinder that recovery. In an interview today, Mohammed El-Erian said the main challenge to the U.S. economy is the lack of trust between people. The survey says nearly 2/3 of New York restaurants will have to close their doors permanently if they don't receive coronavirus relief soon. And New York's police commissioner says the ball drop in Times Square tonight is going to be one of the most well-policed, well-protected celebrations in the entire world. One America's Caitlin Sinclair has this report. Italian residents turn to music as the city remains in lockdown. Check out this video of neighbors in Siena filling the empty streets with song. The dramatic temperature drop is expected to affect Denver the most, where temperatures in the 90s today could drop into the 30s by Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in this hour. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment of appreciation for our essential healthcare workers. As Americans across the U.S. are being asked to step up and thank healthcare workers at 8 p.m. local time. Yeah, Neil, you're mentioning spending, and so that means that the president's kind of going into NATO with a win already in his pocket on the funding issue. Now, what are those new arrangements? Mexico's president is defending his security forces over their handling of a shocking outbreak of drug violence. He claims officials saved lives by releasing a son of jailed kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman after his brief capture. Bobby Cooper has more in the president's defense, and we do want to warn you, some of the following footage may be considered graphic. The Pentagon identifies the 2 service members killed during a bombing attack in Afghanistan. Today, military officials honored the sacrifice of 29-year-old Staff Sergeant Ian McLaughlin and 21-year-old Private First Class Sergeant Miguel Villalone. The 2 soldiers, who were on their first combat deployment, were killed after their vehicle was struck by an IED attack in the Kandahar province on Saturday. Both men were assigned to the 307th Brigade Engineer Battalion, 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 82nd Airborne Division based out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Now I want to talk about turnouts. Politico reported that 36 million people voted early compared to just over 27 million in 2014. So how do you expect that to reflect in today's turnout? And speaking of heat waves, firefighters in California are battling a number of wildfires throughout the state. One America's Emily Lambert has the latest. Klein, who created the Jelly Belly jelly bean in 1976, says he wanted to do this before he retires. And hopefully there's no chocolate rivers, dinner gum, TV rooms, or squirrel rooms. With that, though, we are all out of time for this hour of One America News. Good luck to whoever finds that golden ticket. The Coast Guard suspends its search for 5 fishermen reported missing in Alaskan waters. The Coast Guard announced the decision Wednesday after searching more than 20 hours for the members of a crab boat that sank off the Alaskan coast Tuesday night. I want to give you a live look after Toronto Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors. Now that final score was 114-110.
This edition, this 1-hour special of American News, but guess what? She's right here, Amanda. You know what? I always have a hard time pronouncing it, like Brilhante?
Brilhanti.
Brilhante.
Yeah.
Is that French?
No, it's Portuguese.
Brilhante. Okay, say it one more time for me.
Brilhanti.
Okay, take it away, Brilhante.
Thanks, Mike. Here's what's coming up on this hour of One America News. Now, if you didn't see that footage the first time, take a look at your screen where you can see this incredibly close incident take place. You can see the couple coming across from the right side when that car runs the light, just barely missing them. He's the president of the Libre Initiative. He's an immigrant himself, and he resides in McAllen, Texas. Daniel Garza, thank you so much for joining me. I want to give you a live look at a fire in Cave Creek, Arizona. Now, this is about 90 minutes northeast of Phoenix, and that fire is quickly spreading. It's currently at 5,000 acres, and the brush fire is believed to be human-caused and started around noon Friday. All right, thanks, Mike. Here's what's coming up on this hour of One America News. A pair of rockets reportedly explode near the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. More on the apparent attack amid heightened tensions in the region. Dr. Bartlett said budesonide blocks inflammatory chemicals and is a, quote, perfect treatment. And he even gave OAN breaking news on their steroids' possible effectiveness in another Texas hospital. Senator Lindsey Graham echoed similar sentiments, saying the price of killing and injuring Americans has just gone up drastically. You can see that tweet here on your screen. He says this comes as a major blow to the Iranian regime that has American blood on its hands. However, scientists found washing hands in running water for 30 seconds also does the trick. Well, just to be safe, we're going to beat flu season right here. But with that, we are all out of time for this hour of One America News. To learn more about our station, you can visit our website at ONN.com. You can also connect with me at Twitter. Again, it's interesting to see Minneapolis be calm because Minneapolis has been under such destruction over the last few nights. There was one evening, I think it was Friday night, where it looked like the whole city was just on fire. And that is when both the governor and the mayor spoke out at about 1:30 local time there, 1:30 a.m. So a very stressful situation. Now, these are the crowds that are amassing before that ball drops. But unfortunately with that, we are all out of time for this hour of One America News. Thank you so much for catching up with me this afternoon. And to read more top news, you can visit our website at ONN.com. Coming up next is the assault on the Constitution. Thank you so much for watching. Have a safe and a happy New Year's. I'm Amanda Brilhanti.